The new ClawdBot AI agent is pretty wild. Most people are installing this thing directly onto their computer and they are calling it powerful. Now, I installed it myself. While I was doing so, I uncovered something that I think most people are totally misunderstanding and won't even see coming. Because the moment you move on something like ClawdBot and you install it onto your personal machine, it becomes running all of the time without you saying so 24/7. Now, ask yourself, is this something that you want to be running on your computer 24/7 with all of your info? Or even if you're doing what other people are doing and installing it on a burner computer, then it won't be as effective. Now, it's not all doom and gloom, because I do have a third option where I've let Manus install ClawdBot for me on its own little droplet. Now, I don't know if this is going to be around forever, using this tool in this way and having Manus spin it up for you. So you're going to want to watch this entire video right now, because I've seen methods like this that I uncover get patched up pretty quickly. And so if you're interested in using this method, as I said, you're going to want to watch this entire video, because you still get to reap the benefits of ClawdBot. You still get the chance to have a AI agent that works for you 24/7. It never needs training, never forgets how to do follow-ups, never bills you by the hour, just by API access. And speaking of billing, that's the part nobody is really thinking about, because once AI agents are always on, always running, the opportunity for online business completely changes. And the opportunity isn't really in AI itself, it's for people like you and me who know how to use these tools to solve real business problems, which is exactly what I do for a living if you're new to the channel. In fact, in this month alone, I've collected around $40,000 from connecting small business owners in my area with AI marketing services and tools. And this is my Square account, and you can see I'm filtering this out by this month. And I'm not showing you this because I'm saying that you're going to be able to push a button and achieve these types of numbers overnight. I'm sharing this information with you to qualify myself as somebody who not only knows how to connect with small businesses, but also convince them to pay me for using these AI tools on their behalf. AI tools exactly like ClawdBot. And so I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The people in this space who are winning are not the ones that are innovating new tools. ClawdBot is a great example. There are other smart people out there, like this guy, Peter Steinberger, the dude that invented ClawdBot, who are way smarter than you or I, and they have made it their life's mission to create awesome and amazing tools. And so people think you need to be successful in order to be successful with this market, you have to do that. The best tools already exist, and it's really just a matter of connecting them with small business owners who need them, and that's how the money game online is changing. And so if you're interested in this topic of building an online business and getting AI subscription-based clients, then I'd like to do something special for you and offer you my 4-part AI fast track training for free. This is a 4-part series where we spend even more time together, and I give you tactics, just like I'm going to share with you in this video, to go and get small businesses to pay you. Now, I'm also going to be giving you a 30-day free trial to the AI tool that I use to get clients and run my business. 30 days free. You can use it while following along the fast track training, hopefully get a client. It's totally optional if you want it. So just be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and not required, but always appreciated. Consider sharing this video with a friend who should get started using ClawdBot or with this business model, and then just comment below and I'll send you the fast track training, the trial to the software, and also this amazing prompt document that I have with these resources I'm going to go over about ClawdBot. So this is what I have in store for you. We're going to go over ClawdBot, kind of a live demo video that I've found, and why it's different, why this makes so much more noise on the internet right now than everything else out there, and how making money online has changed, the new playbook, what I'm doing right now. So for those of you that have been living under a rock for the last 48 hours, ClawdBot, obviously they coined the name Claude, like Claude from Anthropic, but it's essentially an AI agent. And you know, their slogan here is it does things, right? So I have this, and it was, as I mentioned, it's built by Peter Steinberger, and I have this video here that I want to play with you and kind of like play, pause, play, talk about what they're talking about doing, because I think it's a great summary of what's going on here.
Need to install ClawdBot on top of it. If you don't know what...
One second here, let me make sure I got my audio going. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Everyone is buying a Mac Mini to install ClawdBot on top of it. If you don't know what ClawdBot is, it's essentially a way that you can connect everything like Discord, everything. You need to install ClawdBot on top of it. If you don't know what ClawdBot is, it's essentially a way that you can connect everything like Discord, everything. You can see me in the reflection. Everything that you would need your AI assistant to have, Claude running on a Mac Mini would have it running 24/7. But the thing is, you can actually do this in...
So I actually installed it on I have a Mac Studio, which is like the higher performance version of the Mac Mini.
Orgo. And what I did was I can text ClawdBot from my phone.
And I think this part is pretty interesting.
As my own personal assistant, I could book calendar meetings.
Okay, full disclosure, you do not need to buy an Apple product to do this. You can use it. You can use any computer you have laying around. And actually, the whole kind of point of this video is I found a way to do it on the cloud. Full disclosure, I use Manus AI to spin up a little server for me to do it. And then I don't have to actually have it installed on my computer. But I do want you to see this video and kind of like an end-to-end what this thing can accomplish.
Meetings for me. It could see all my files. It could do everything for me that a great assistant could do, and I could ask from my phone. So watch this. Let's search up funny cat videos on YouTube. So I say that, I paste that here, and I send that off, and now ClawdBot, which is 24/7 running in the cloud on its own computer, is going to go do that. Now, can you imagine?
Well, running in the cloud, I mean, he has it installed on his little Mac Mini there. He just said that, right?
It's so fast. It's so fast. It's crazy.
So he gave his ClawdBot agent a task, and it went out there and did it. And exactly as he is saying, like, you can tell it to text message people, send an email, go out and find this thing, look it up for me, make a purchase, make a reservation. It can act as an agent, very similar to Manus AI, right?
Okay, so can you imagine? This is just one ClawdBot running. What if you could have 10 of them? What if actually that solve them in a group chat? You can say, this is the future. If you want to build on top of...
So I think that is pretty wild. I actually have a little slide deck here of a couple things that you can do, of tasks that you can do with ClawdBot. Again, it's an AI agent, changing how work gets done. I've got the link to that video in my resource document just for the people that want to watch it again later. But the premise of all this ClawdBot, it's not just about the tool. It's about what you can accomplish with the tool. To be completely fair, a personal assistant like ClawdBot has been around for a while. But the way that they have scaled it where anybody can install it on their local computer is an interesting little hook. Now, you can do things like run commands, read and write files, just like other AI can. It can sift through the documents on your computer. It can research libraries. It can go through all of your stuff and then send messages to channels that you configure. So think about if you are a business owner or you're somebody that has a team and you use Discord, you use Slack, you have email, you have different ways that you communicate with people, your text message, your iMessage, your WhatsApp, your Telegram. If you give it access, and that's the whole thing, is you have to give this thing access. You basically install it on your computer through terminal, and you're giving it access to everything, which is kind of crazy. People are recommending you do it on like a burner computer, and I actually do recommend that you do that as well because it's like still a pretty new piece of tech. Let me know in the chat if you've actually downloaded and installed this thing and what you think of it so far. But I think overall, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. So what these things can do, and AI agents at large, right? Because I've already shared with you many times about using a tool like Manus AI, which is this bad boy right here. And I'm going to go ahead and actually just show you how to have this thing spun up by Manus. So I told it, if you're not familiar about Manus, Manus is another autonomous agent, probably the first autonomous agent that ever came out and hit the streets in, I think, March of last year. and I've made a lot of content around this tool. Meta just bought it 2 weeks ago for $2 billion. So obviously it's a piece of innovative tech. I would imagine something like ClawdBot will get bought by somebody at some point, and who knows what all of the access and information, where that will go later. It could be something similar to, and I don't want to get super paranoid on you guys, but like, 23andMe, where they got people to send in their genetic testing. And once they did, then they went and sold it to a data company. Like, that's pretty wild, right? And I don't know. I'm sure this dude's a good dude. I don't really know that much about him other than he's built a few different great apps. But I would be a little cautious about giving it all the information on my computer. So definitely install it on a burner. Or if you don't want to do that, then use a tool like Manus AI. And I just gave it this prompt, and I'm going to put this in the prompt document for you guys. By the way, comment below if you want this prompt document. I've just added that there for you. You can take a screenshot if you want it. And it says, I understand you want to use ClawdBot without installing it locally. Do you want me to set it up in a sandbox environment? Do you want to set it up on a browser where I interact with you based on your instructions? I actually went with number one. I wanted to install it in a sandbox environment. And you can actually see I have it installed right here. This is it. But it's pretty cool that Manus AI went out and created it. And you can see that it installed the sandbox environment, runs on Node JavaScript, blah, 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 blah. Created it in the environment. Here's your access URL. Now, you do have to do some things. You do have to create an access key that you have to give it. But if you do it that way, yeah, sandbox environment is a good place to start. And even if you install it on your own computer, it does allow you to install it in a sandbox environment on your computer. That's a little bit above my pay grade, to be completely honest. Like, how much more secure is that than letting this thing just like run rampant on your entire computer? I have no idea. So what else did it give me? It gave me a little document that told me all the things. As I said, the gateway is running, but it needs to have a token, which you can get. You can go to ClawdBot, by the way. If you want to install it on your computer, this thing is free right now. You can go to claude.bot. And this is what you do. You just, do your research. But if you want, you copy this thing, you open up Terminal on your computer, whether you have a Windows or a Mac, you kind of get to the terminal in different ways. But essentially, you open up Terminal, you type in that command line, and it'll start to install the thing. Runs on your machine, accesses your chat apps, full system access, skills and plugin database. So this is the Claude Hub. This is actually where you get all the skills and things that you can give it access to. So it basically is, I don't know, it's like a little Tamagotchi, the way that I look at it. I don't know if you guys know what those are, or if you're in the same age bracket as me, but look at that thing. He kind of reminds me of like a little Tamagotchi. And so you can give it skills, you can teach it to do all sorts of stuff, connect with different APIs, manage your money, manage the trends in your money, send emails to people, work with your team. I mean, I think it's pretty fascinating. Like, who knows? Like, this thing's pretty new. Who knows where it'll go? But I mean, no doubt it's pretty wild when you consider, like, I don't know, you just have something on your computer right now and you can just tell it, give it commands to be like, go in this folder, reorganize all my YouTube content to be organized in this way. I mean, I don't know. So back to what I said, Manus AI, you can spin it up. I had it turn it into a little permanent website for me, which I've already shown you. You can see it here. Is there anything else here that I wanted to share with you guys? It made me a little guide that I can use to deploy it. So yeah, you can go ahead and deploy your own cloud-based version in Manus. Manus, just so you guys know, the pricing on Manus is there's a free version where you get one search per day. I don't know if you're going to be able to get a full spin up of this in the free one with a free search, but you can try. If not, you can pay for Manus. I think it's like $27 for a month. So for $27, you could probably spin up a cloud-based version of ClawdBot and have it running for you. So that's another way to go. I think it's another layer of protection, and I think it's cool. These AI agents for me are super interesting because these are things that I already have them doing, handling lead and follow-up in my business. As I mentioned, I run a AI marketing company. Like, we just got this invoice Again, not saying you're going to replicate my numbers, but this was about a week ago. We had another one come in last week. And this one is for running a Google ad campaign for a furniture store. Now, when you run Google ad campaigns, how do you use AI to help you run those campaigns? Well, you have AI write all of the ads for you. And I don't know if you guys know this, but this is an exciting time to be offering paid advertising to small businesses because ChatGPT just announced that they're going to open up the ability to run advertising in ChatGPT. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a very, very lucrative, profitable way to offer a service to small businesses. And what I like about that is that nobody's an expert yet. We're all going to start day one, ground zero at the same. And really it's going to come down to like, do you know any business owners that would benefit of having their services, their product, their website being advertised in ChatGPT? Are they going to go through the hassle of figuring out how to set it up themselves? Or are they going to be willing to pay somebody like you or me to set it up for them and manage it on their behalf? And that's exactly what we do with Google Ads, right? We got paid $2,000 per month to do this exact thing. And again, if you are interested in figuring out how to do these types of things, join my 4-part AI fast track training. It's free. It's 4 parts. I show you exactly how to get 4 different ways to get small businesses to pay you using AI tools and software. And you know, this opportunity, as I said, around AI agents and the things that we already have it running for us, creating websites, SEO audits, competitor research, content and report generation. Not only are we using this for our own business, but we are using this stuff on behalf of other businesses. And that is, to me, where the biggest opportunity lies. Like if you're here watching this video and you're interested in ClawdBot, then you're probably well aware that the people that are making tools like this guy, I've said it before, are super smart, right? They're like Silicon Valley tech people. This is what they went to school for a living for, or went to school for, and now they do for a living. I'm probably never going to be one of those guys that builds a piece of tool like that. I mean, I can vibe code something cool. It's fun. It's great. But, you know, to be honest, what I'm interested in is I don't want to be in front of my computer all day for no reason. I want to filter out the information online and spend time on the stuff that actually generates cash flow and value to my life and my business. And so for me, I'm probably not going to be a software developer, even if I'm vibe coding, but I know that there are businesses in my area that probably need this tool set up, that could benefit from it set up for their email management, their lead follow-up, you know, those different types of things. And I like to offer to do that for them for a fee. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. And because of that, because of AI and because of this emerging sector, my company was recently recognized as the second fastest growing company in Hawaii. Now, we were already offering like Google Ads and search engine optimization and websites and lead follow-up and stuff like that to small businesses before AI came around. But when it did start to pop off, we were some of the first people to use it and start selling it to people. And that's why we experienced the explosive growth that we did, and we are, because this sector is growing extremely fast. And if you ask yourself, I was just at a barbecue last night. The amount of people who are not even using a tool like ChatGPT yet is staggering. I went to a marketing conference a couple months ago, and one of the engineers from OpenAI said like some silly number. Only 8% of the world has ever opened up a tool like ChatGPT before. 8%. Now, I know a lot of you, AI enthusiasts, business owners, people who are watching my channel, we think everybody uses this stuff. But in reality, how many people are actually using it? Be honest with yourself in answering that question. And with that answer, just start to recognize how big the opportunity is for you to be the person that can help bridge that gap and get paid a fee in the process. So if you guys have any questions on any of this stuff I've already put in, or I've already been talking about, and I see there are some here, let me know in the chat. And I'm also going to share with you this concept of the overhang, right? OpenAI has this document that they just released, or this blog article, and they talk about the capability overhang of what AI can do. And so if you look at this column here, this box represents all of the stuff that tools like OpenAI, Anthropic, ClawdBot, all these tools, this is what they're capable of, right? Everything from coding stuff to helping you manage your relationships and get jobs and write emails and do all those things. This box represents what the users are actually using the tool to do. Now, tools collectively. Now, this difference between what they're capable of and what we're actually using them for is called the overhang. And this is information that was published directly from OpenAI. This is the gap where we are looking to solve and get paid in. We want to be the people that are connecting. We want to be the people that are using the tools, but are connecting all the business owners with the capabilities that are available to us right now. And so that's how big the market and the opportunity is. And like I said, I'm already using AI agents to do a lot of this stuff, right? Build websites, lead handling, automatic follow-up, building AI automations. And the way that I do this is by one of my favorite tools that I said I'd give you 30 days free to. It's called Go HighLevel. If you've ever heard of it, or if you have not heard of it before, it is essentially my Swiss Army knife of tools that I use to get clients and grow my business. You can see they even have a built-in AI agent feature, and this is one that I like to sell to small businesses in my area because, ClawdBot is a very large, open source, robust tool that can do lots of different things. This one in HighLevel is designed specifically to help you with small businesses, help you provide value to small businesses and get paid in the process. So you can do what's called create a voice AI agent, and you can feed your voice AI agent a knowledge base, a website of information. You can have it crawl a website, give it a URL, and it'll download all that specific information about that website, and you can connect it to a phone number, which you get directly in HighLevel. And when people call it, they can ask it any question about that website or that company. And the AI agent is essentially an inbound receptionist. It can answer questions. It can replace somebody that is answering phones. And this is why you can sell an AI agent to a business owner and charge a couple of grand to set it up and a few $100 a month to manage ongoing. This is one of probably 100 different things that you can sell through the use of HighLevel. The AI agents is super cool. Obviously, that connects with phone numbers. You can have what's called a conversation AI that's connected with a chat widget. And wouldn't you know it, you can actually have the chat widget set up here in HighLevel as well. So if you want to create a chat widget, you can put it on any website. You can set the chatbot up and then hook it up to the knowledge base. So again, it knows all that specific information about a website. You can upload PDFs of information and data. You can give it videos to teach it to learn how to do these things. Normally, you guys, to teach somebody how to answer the phones or respond to all your incoming search queries, that used to take a lot of time. You have to pay somebody to be there. And so the value for you is you don't have to do those things. So that saves you money, which is the same reason you can sell this to a small business in your area. And I want to give you one way that you can get a small business to actually become a customer of yours. I want to give you one of my favorite methods that I use to get a small business to pay me. If you guys could let me know how many people are here on the stream right now, I'd really appreciate it. If you could put a me in the chat if you would like me to share with you one of my favorite ways to actually get a client to pay you, a great foot in the door strategy that you can later sell something like an AI agent to, let me know. And I see Mayor, Unreal Conjure, Basis Transformations. What's up, you guys? Someone says they use a ClawdBot for crypto trading. I mean, it really just depends on how much money you actually want to invest into it. Okay, I see you guys all typing in me. So one of the ways that I want to give you is go out there and get your first paying customer is a foot in the door tactic, right? I want to share with you a very staggering stat. How many businesses are in the US? 34 million small businesses in the United States. It's a pretty big number, right? How many businesses are in the US do not have a website? Approximately 27 to 28% of small businesses in the US do not have a website in 2022 or 2023. Now, before you freak out and you say, oh my God, websites, blah, 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 hold on a second. If you're not a technical person, I just use HighLevel to build me a website. I go to the website section, they have an AI builder, and I just use that, or I use one of their 10,000 templates that they have in any industry. This is a no coding website builder, health, wellness, home services, insurance, legal. They have all those industries, right? You can set it up in a couple of clicks. Now, the end goal for me is not to sell a bunch of websites. The end goal for me in my company is to do what I've been doing, which is to get small businesses to pay us on monthly recurring subscription retainer. Remember I said that we've sold a $2,000 per month Google ad management campaign? Well, in order to run a Google ad management campaign, a business has to have a website or a landing page, but more often than not, they actually have to have a website or a product, right? And so for us, setting up a website is just the first step in selling the stuff that we sell that is more expensive, that we sell for ongoing subscriptions, similar to the AI agents or like the other stuff that you can sell to people in HighLevel, like social media content. This is, tons of great things that you can actually sell people. So I'm saying this to say that it's very easy, and I'm going to show you how to find businesses in the US that do not have a website yet, right? 28 million businesses in the US, almost 30% of them don't have a website. Millions of businesses do not have a website. And why do they not have a website? Well, because they don't know who to trust to build them one. They don't know how to build one. They don't have the money to build one. There's too much risk. They don't have the wherewithal to go out there and figure out how to do it. And so I'm going to give you a great foot in the door strategy where you can find people that need a website, small businesses. Businesses are great to work with because they usually have some disposable income that they're willing to reinvest into their company to get a tax advantage, a tax savings. And so if we find somebody that has a problem, no business, offer them a solution, and we're going to build this website up front with HighLevel, and we're going to offer it to them for a very low fee just to get that relationship going. Now you have the stage set where you can sell something like an AI agent, where you can sell something like the installation of a ClawdBot for a couple grand or a couple $100 a month management fee. But if you were to try to go out there right now and just start to sell things like this without having your foot in the door with some small businesses, it would be very difficult, right? And by the way, I'm going to give you my 4-part AI fast track training. I give you 4 other money magnets similar to what I'm going to give you with my liquidation method, with my website liquidation method. I give them to you in the 4-part fast track training. So if you want that, just be sure to like and subscribe and comment below, and I'll send you that 4-part AI fast track training. So let's talk about how to find a business that doesn't have a website. It's actually super straightforward because if I go to Google and I search the map section for solar company, Dallas, any industry, wherever you're in, the first thing you're going to see are sponsored ads, people that are running ads, Google ads. The next place you're going to see is this Google Maps. This is essentially Google's social media platform, because if you're a business, you can claim your business page, you can add the information, and if people are looking for solar company and you're not in this area, well, then you probably don't exist. You're probably losing out on a lot of business. And you can see each one of these have an icon for a website. But if I scroll to the More Places section and I scroll on page 2 or 3 or 4 of these results, you will see that businesses like Sun Energy do not have a website. And so Sun Energy, or maybe he just has a Facebook page, and he should have a website. Green Balance Energy does not have a website. So look, add missing information, add website. Let me show you how quickly we can have a solar website set up right now. And this is the whole point. You want to use this tool, the AI builder in HighLevel, which I'm giving you 30 days free to set up a website. It takes just a couple clicks to do it. You want to do that before you send an email out to this guy. I'm going to give you an email template. If you set the website up first, when you send the email and he sees the website is already live, it's got his name on it, it's for his business, that's That's how you get people to actually pay you. You build value in advance. You lower the risk. You take away them having to trust you. If somebody pays you $2,000 now, and then you have to go build the website, there's risk. You take away all the risk if you add value in advance. And this is the way we are doing it by building the site. Normally, it takes a long time to build a website like this, but when you have a tool like this with HighLevel, you can build websites very quickly at scale, and you can connect those websites to people that actually need them and hopefully get somebody to pay you. And I have people in my community that have been following this method and many of the other methods that I share. I've got over 3,000 documented success stories. And this is my group's revenue. We track on a weekly basis people posting wins and success from landing small businesses as paying clients. And this is over the course of a few years, by the way. I'm not saying like this, we're just generating this kind of crazy amount like every single week. This is over a couple of years we've been tracking revenue. But I'm saying that I'm sharing this with you to show you that other people that are taking action following these methods have had success because the methods actually work. Okay. Yes, this live stream is going to be, it's on YouTube. So you're going to be able to watch the recording. So let me give you my email template. And also, by the way, if you wanted to build a list of businesses using something like Manus, rather than having to do the actual manual research of looking in the solar companies, I'm going to give you this prompt that you can use, and you can put it in a Gemini, you can put it in a Manus, and it says, I run a digital marketing agency. My ideal clients are in this space. Make me a detailed list of 25 leads. Give me their email, name, phone number, all those things. You can plug that in and it'll build you a lead list as well. So when you find a business, for example, like this solar company, Green Balance Energy, who does not have a website, here's what I want you to do. I want you to open up your 30-day free trial of HighLevel, and then you go to the new website section, and you can build it from AI if you want, but I know that there's great solar templates in here. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to search for solar template, and these are all way better than any other website that I could ever build myself. And I'm just going to preview this one. This thing looks beautiful. Do you guys agree with me that this is a great looking website? Probably way better than any of you can build too. I mean, just being honest. I'm going to hit choose template, and that's all I had to do to set this website up. That was it. It's live. It's already got a URL. I can click this link. I can share this link with that guy and say, hey, I built you a website. Here it is. He can put it in his browser. He can see it. I'm going to do one step further, and I'm going to make this thing personalized to him. Green Balance Energy, powering a sustainable future. You guys think he's going to like to see that when he lands on this page and he sees something like that? He sees his own company there, and he's like, hey, this guy isn't just some spammer. He actually did some work for him. He actually did some work to make this website look personalized. Obviously, you're going to spend a little time in here just clicking and editing. You know, if you can go to their Facebook page and get some of their own pictures, and you can, click and drag them and upload the pictures, then great. Like, spend a little bit more time here and make your outreach worth it. If you've ever tried to get somebody to pay you online before and you have never delivered value in advance, that's where the success really lies. So you found somebody that doesn't have a website. You built this website for them. Now you're going to send them this email that says, I built this website for a different solar company. I'm letting it go for free or for $450 or whatever you want to sell it for. I usually give them away for free, and I recommend if you're brand new, you give them away for free because, look, $450, $200 is not going to actually make you rich, right? But what will make you rich is eventually selling this business $1,000 AI agent, $1,000 per month AI agent. And then also, a couple $1,000 per month social media posting campaign, which you can do and automate through HighLevel. Again, something that I share with you in my 4-part fast track training. So this website build is a foot in the door for somebody who is in the market for it, which is very key. And you're going to send them this email. Take a screenshot, comment below, and I'll send you this document. Hey, Tim, I was checking out roofing companies I was checking out solar companies in X area. I notice you don't have a website. I get it. You're busy running your business. Building a website from scratch is a hassle, not to mention expensive. Here's the deal. I recently built a professional solar website. You can say this if you want, for a client, but they ended up going a different direction. Normally I sell these for $3,000, but since it's already done, I'm looking to liquidate it for $450 one time, no hidden fees. Check it out here. You put the link right there. If you want to see what it looks like, or it's designed to bring in leads, looks great on mobile, and I can have it up and running for you in 40 hours or less. This is a great template. If you want to run it through ChatGPT and have them punch it up for you and customize it for you, then great, go ahead and do that. But what I recommend you do, if you want to get some customers, is you stay consistent. Every day you find at least 3 businesses that don't have a website. You build 3 websites. It takes 10 minutes for 3 websites probably. Spend a little time customizing them. Shoot out these emails. Go to their social media profile. Send them a DM. Comment on one of their recent posts. Call them up on the phone and say, hey, I just sent you an email with a free website. If you do that for 3 businesses per day for the next 5 days, I can't guarantee you will get a customer, but I guarantee you will start to drum up some activity. And if you haven't gotten a customer yet, you will feel like you're actually on your way to starting to get some traction and getting to somebody to pay you for something online. And once you get that person to pay you, obviously my 4-part fast track training, which is free, is going to help take you to the next step. But I wanted to give you something just in this video, which I know I started out with about ClawdBot. I wanted to give you all something that you could walk away with that is actionable. After you install ClawdBot, you play around with it, and you spend some time on it, you think to yourself, well, how can I make money with this thing? Hopefully, you get your foot in the door with a small business, and then maybe you upsell them into a ClawdBot installation. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat, and I'm going to put that link right now to the fast track training for all my people that are here live in the chat, which I did. Unreal Conjurer says, your style and fluency is empowering. Thank you. I mean, I don't feel like that, but you know, I'm what I do have, Unreal Conjurer, is I do have this real business. You know, we are making over $150,000 a month. I have over 50 clients paying me for AI marketing services. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I feel like I'm a crappy presenter, but I know what I'm doing. I'm actually doing this business model, and the stuff that I'm giving you guys is stuff that I'm actually doing. So, you know, I can talk about the stuff that I'm doing. I can't create like sales and slick presentations on the like just out of nothing. It takes me a long time to put these presentations together, and you can tell like I stumble over my words all the time. I'm not a masterful presenter. Like I'm just a regular dude. I used to be a mechanic for a living, and you know, I got lucky because I stayed consistent with my prospecting. And you know, today I've got one of the fastest growing companies in Hawaii. I've got an amazing team. You know, I've been able to do and accomplish some great things with this type of business model. And right now, for anybody that's interested in, you know, getting some AI subscription-based clients or growing their business with AI or saving more time with AI, this is just a really exciting time to be doing this, because every single day you wake up and boom, a new tool like ClawdBot is on your front doorstep. And yeah, it's pretty freaking wild. Somebody says, what about the cost to keep it running? Where is it hosted? Surely there's hosting costs. You know, Ninja, that's one of the most beautiful things about HighLevel is you get unlimited websites installed and hosted on your HighLevel account with the 1 monthly fee. So I'm giving you 30 days free to HighLevel and a 4-part training series in my fast track training. Hopefully you follow along that 4-part training and you get a client and you keep paying for HighLevel after that. HighLevel is like $99 a month for this entire suite of software tools. And you know, my goal is obviously to make sure you get a client. So you pay for HighLevel so I can get a commission, because I do get a commission if you actually stay past the 30 days. I don't get a commission if you don't stay. But you can build as many websites in here as you want. And yeah, you can charge other people for the hosting, even though you're not paying for any more than the $99 a month hosting that you get in HighLevel. I have people in my community that's their entire business model. I have several small businesses in my area that I just sell what I call a rental website to, where they don't pay for hosting, but they're renting the website from me. So it's this really great model that we use. Like, Normally we sell $5,000 to $10,000 custom websites, but not everybody can afford that. And so whenever we find a business that can't afford that, we say, okay, well, we'll build you a website. Just pay us $120 a month for the hosting and security. And yeah, that's it. You don't have to pay the high build fee, but you can just pay monthly. And so that's called a rental strategy. Somebody says, I was a wheelman, alloy tech, diamond cutter, wheel refurb. That's pretty cool. Appreciate you giving me the feedback, by the way. Somebody says, only been listening for like 2 minutes, but can say it sounds good. Thanks, Ninja. You should watch the replay. Yeka says, thank you, success. Colleen says, you are super sweet. I love all the emojis. Anybody have any other questions? Somebody says, how are you running ClawdBot through Manus? I tried, but it's pretty limited. Did you connect everything? Did you connect the access token? Real Quick Comics says, this is the first time catching you live. What's up, man? Thanks for showing up. I know this is like later than I usually do on my normal streams. Somebody says, I've been in the financial planning in the UK for 3 decades, and for the last 15 have been doing it on a subscription basis up to £830 per month. Now I want to do it in a different industry for me. There's no better industry, that I believe, obviously I'm biased, than this one to sell subscription-based services. I've been teaching people to do this for a long time. I've been helping businesses do this for a long time, and I've seen a lot of people have success. I have a guy that, this is my new community. I'll give you a link in the description of this video. It's called the AI Control Room. This guy just came in 3 days ago. Posted his first $150 a month because now he's selling 2 posts a week to a small businesses in his area. Crazy, because I got my foot in the door, started talking to you. He needs his whole website rebuilt, has no CRM in place. Again, this is all, if you don't know what these things are, this is all stuff we talk about in the 4-part fast track training. But, if you're willing to take action, follow directions, and you have enough tech ability to use tools like ChatGPT, then this is something that might interest you for sure. Elliot, probably just about as much as you are, I think. Somebody says, hey Nick, getting started with HighLevel under you guys, thanks. Can I build a website with Manus or Gemini, but still hosted in my HighLevel? Got it. Got a client who has a spray foam business. Thanks, nice. So the answer to that is no, unfortunately. You can use Manus and ChatGPT to give you ideas for a website, write the content, write the copy. What I do is, if I were you, I would go to HighLevel, I would build the website like this, and then I would copy it, copy the URL, and then I would go to Manus and I would say, here's a new website I built. Please rewrite all the content sections for me. Give me images for the site. And then you can change those out. You could potentially tell Manus to change them out for you if you give it access to your browser. That would be interesting to see. And potentially that could be a ClawdBot thing. Somebody says, I was able to land a client from hosting a domain, but I charged too low, around $9 a month, because I was scared. I didn't really know what to do and charge. Can I get any advice on moving on? Look, first of all, I appreciate you saying that. And that is definitely, I've been there. We're all there. I remember, I think the first time I sat across from a client at Starbucks and I pitched a $300 website in person, right? I was like, yeah, so for all that, it's going to cost $300. And I swear I thought they were going to reach across the table and just slap me in the face, because it was an insane amount of money, right? That's how little experience I had. And I undercharged so many of my products and services so early in the beginning. And it was crazy, because at those times I was really working probably more than ever before to make sure each project was successful. And so I'm saying this to say that, the experience that you're getting now early on, underpricing and all that stuff, is so crucial to your long-term success, because you're figuring out what your value is. You're figuring out the services you're selling, how much time you're putting in them, how people respond, and you're going to get better and better at it, right? As you get more testimonials, as you get more experience, as you finish more projects, you're going to feel more confident in saying hey, yeah, I charge $10,000 for a website. That's what happened to me. And so, just charge those guys for that much, If it becomes a problem, then you can raise your price on them, but charge the next people at a higher rate now that you know you can close the deals. And here's a rule on pricing, you guys. If you're out there and you are pitching something, websites, social media posting, reputation marketing, AI agents, whatever it is, if you talk to 10 people and you say it's $200 a month and they all say yes, you're probably selling it for too cheap. You want to have like a 30 to 50% close rate. 50% would be kind of high. You want a 30% close rate. If you're closing only 1%, then you're probably priced too high, as long as you're making offers to people who are qualified and are actually in the market for the product you're trying to sell. Somebody says, what? Bio fault. Look at this, you guys. I'm not, you can say right here, I have to say I followed your 4-part fast track training. I've done, what does it say? I've done a few things my way, but already on 4 figures a month. So I appreciate you. Bio fault. I appreciate you chiming in and sharing your experience with, the stuff that I'm giving people. And if you haven't already, I would love to see you join the new AI Control Center room. This is my room here. My group, my community. It's my new strategy group, my new strategy community, where I'm regularly posting tips, tricks, and strategies. I'm going to put the link in the chat for all my people that are live right now, so you can go join the AI control room. Somebody says, why do you focus on solar companies in your example? Is there at a better industry, or is it just an example? I was going to focus on trades, roofers, plumbers, electricians. Sammy Jean, that's a great question. So I do have solar companies as clients. I live in Hawaii. It's a big industry here. I like to work with companies that have a decent amount of money. Like, for example, most people that create crafts and jewelry and stuff like that, they're not, loaded flush with cash and that are like ready to spend a bunch of money on marketing and advertising. Solar companies, on the other hand, if you bring them one good lead and they close that deal, it's probably like $20,000 or $30,000 for a solar installation. So, if they're only paying you $2,000 a month and you bring one good client, they're already in the profit. So it's pretty easy to keep them happy. So I like to focus on industries like that. For people that are brand new beginners, I recommend you focus on an industry that you are somewhat familiar with. Like, so for me, back in the day, I already shared with you guys, I used to work on cars for a living. I used to be a mechanic. And so that was the first industry that I worked with. Auto mechanics, trying to get them more brake jobs, oil changes, build them a website, things like that. And the reason is because I could speak the language. I knew the roles in the company and how their day-to-day operations worked. And it kind of put me in the best possible scenario to maybe turn one of them into a paying customer. So that's what I recommend. Somebody says, did you speak about the connection of ChatGPT to HighLevel? No, I haven't yet. What specifically are you talking about? Somebody says, the only gripe is I had to ditch HighLevel for social management, as it's been so glitchy and their API connector disconnects to client socials constantly, but almost really, I've never had that experience. Even for my own, like I use it for my own social media, which is to me like the most important. I mean, you can see I have all my content created, scheduled. I've got 6 posts all created with their AI builder images, their Hawaii-based images, AI-based marketing, created and scheduled to go out to all my social media platforms. Maybe it was something in the setup. Somebody's AI growth says it's a bit of a learning curve. Of course, everything has a learning curve. Everything has a learning curve. But if I consider, and I look back at my journey, the learning curve for this guy, I had to go to night school. I had to get recertified. Every time a new car came out, I had to learn all this new stuff. It was never ending. And for me to go get a client and convince them to pay me $1,000 a month, it took a lot less time to make $1,000 a month than it did to make $4,000 a month. And I had to be there 40 hours a week. So I say that to say, to get $4,000 per month clients, the ramp up for me was significantly less than what it took for the ongoing continued education and investment that I had to make to become a mechanic. Somebody said the big mistake I used to do was insist in bad customers or wasting time at all with who were not willing to pay. Just keep reaching out and invest in your own presence. Yes, so that's a great question, ABCDEFG. Or not question, but comment. You know, like, I like to pre-qualify my clients. I mean, this goes for people that have some experience, and we talk about this in the fast track training, and I actually give you what I call my pre-qualification forms. So like, you know, once we start talking to people and they're like, hey, how much do you sell websites for? How much do you sell AI agents for? How much do you sell Google ads for? I don't give them any pricing. I'm like, well, go to the website. There's a discovery form at the top of the page, and don't go fill this out. Everybody on this live stream, remember to be pissed because this is a real live company. This form is designed to pre-qualify people. It asks them information. It's a multi-step form. You can see there's multiple steps here. One of the questions in here is like, what's your budget? Next question, when do you need this problem solved? You know, if people have a $0 budget, then I don't know, it's not worth talking to them. So you got to pre-qualify them in some way. And that's one of the ways that you can do that. Somebody says, what do you think is the best way to get more clients if cold calling is not for you and you don't want to burn cash on ads? You just got to get creative in your way to connect with people. You know, I would consider what I'm doing on YouTube now, which is, you know, like for the latest breaking news and information, I'm creating AI avatar content because I can't keep up with how many announcements are happening in the world right now. So I'm creating content online on YouTube now, which is similar to like, you know, like for the how many people are here breaking news and information live watching this information that I'm putting out there. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. How many of you guys have seen actually one of my AI avatar videos?
Easier to navigate.
Like for example,
just paid
this one
today.
So I just dropped this video today, 10 hours ago, and it's got 3,600 views. It's got 18 comments. Now, this video,
I'm going to show you something
I
wild.
don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me.
That just happened. Google just bought a design AI company, and nobody's talking about what this really means. This is not about making websites look pretty. This
Thank you. I'm going to backtrack. I turned my mic off. I'm glad I was paying attention to the comments. But you guys did hear my video, right?
is about a complete business model that's sitting right in front.
Okay, so what I said was, if you're looking to get clients, but you're not going to make calls, you're not going to make emails, you're not going to do any of that stuff, you have to consider creating a strategy for people to come to you. A content marketing strategy like this allows people to come to you. So for me, you know, this video brings in attention, right? There's 3,600 views. I released it 10 hours ago. It's very difficult for me to keep up with like how much stuff is being created and released. Yeah, 3,600 views in the AI world. So yeah, I have to use an AI avatar to help me continue to create valuable content to share with people. But this allows me to get attention without putting out cold calls, sending out emails. People come to me. So if you aren't the type of person to do some sort of like outbound, then maybe you need to do something to create some inbound. And so if this, you know, topic of this AI avatar stuff interests you, I haven't released any information on how I'm doing this before, but I am about to in the AI control room sometime within the next 30 days or so. So if you haven't, you'll want to comment below this video and I'll give you this bonus document with the fast track, the 30 days of HighLevel. By the way, they give you a kickoff bonus call where they will do a live kickoff with you, and then the control room link right here, and then all the other prompts and stuff that I have in this video. Thank you guys for hitting me up with the sound check. You guys have any more questions? I know we got about 200 people here, and I want to make sure that I give you guys as much value as I can. Got the video. Any success stories about a new person just killing it with raw effort from the beginning? I don't know. Did you just jump on this live stream? Check out this guy. Where's he at? Steve Anthony, 3 days ago. He just got somebody who wants weekly social media posting for $150 a month. I don't know about you, but when I was first getting started, if I had a small business that paid me $150 a month, that was like my cell phone bill and my gym membership. $150 a month was huge. And then I actually got the first monthly subscription I sold was for $200 a month. And that was huge. I remember that being a life-changing amount of money. And then when I had 3 people paying $200 a month, so I was making $600 a month ongoing, and I didn't have to go to the shop and be there trading time for hours for dollars. That was massive. And so that was like the mindset shift for me. It started out with a small fee. And you know, when you recognize like social media posting, right? So he's using HighLevel, which I teach in the 4-part fast track training, give you 30 days free to. So if you come here and you create new post, you can use their AI feature here and post to several social media profiles all at once. So I just hit select all. And I can have their AI button generate me a post about any topic. Kayak tours on Maui. Key message of the post. Goal for the post, getting more kayak tour bookings. So tone of voice, professional. So you can see if it's going to write the post for me, and I can do the same thing with the images. And somebody's going to pay me $150 a month like they do for this guy who is taking action. He's an action taker. You're not going to just get that without doing anything. But he's probably working, I mean, you'd be the judge of how long it takes him to create a post that goes out 2 posts per week. So 8 posts total. Like that's the post right there. I'm gonna hit continue, and then I'm gonna create an image using AI. I'm gonna give it instructions, kayak tours on Maui. I'm gonna have it make me an image. So if I had a business paying me for 8 of these, beautiful. You can see I have a post and an image. He's doing 2 of these a week. I just did 1 of these in, I don't know, a minute. If he's doing 8 of those a month and getting paid $150, what do you guys think? I think that's freaking killing it. Now, of course, there's levels to the game. You know, for me and my company, like I've been doing this for a long time. So I can show you like the monthly retainers that we have. This is like an active client list that we have right now. You know, this column here, it shows like some of them pay us $3,000 a month, $1,000 a month. This client pays us $15,000 a month, $1,000 a month. Now, I didn't just start out charging those types of prices and those types of fees. And how did I get there though? Well, I started out small, incrementally giving things away for free, providing value in advance as I have taught and shared with you guys on this training. And once I get that relationship, once I give them the free website and they're like, oh, this guy's trustworthy, Nick's our website guy. Well, then I'm like, hey, by the way, have you guys heard of an AI agent? I went to your Google business page and I saw that you guys are offering XYZ. You know, you can set up an inbound receptionist. And I just go to HighLevel and I go to their AI agent section and I'd set one up for them. And I'd be like, here, check this one out. Again, offering value in advance. I would go to there's a section here, and I can't show you this because it's got company sensitive information, but what I will do is take a little screenshot here so you guys can see. You can actually purchase phone numbers directly through HighLevel for like $1. And that's really cool because you can buy them in your area code. And so this is my phone number section. You can buy them for $1. And then you can, if somebody calls that number, you can have it forward to any number you want. So that allows you to do some crazy things. Like number 1, connect phone numbers with AI agents. So if somebody calls that phone number through HighLevel, you have it connected to a voice AI. And if you want to get really crazy, like this is a method that I give people to get clients, giving value in advance, again, go out there and create a voice AI agent, give it a knowledge base of their website, any other specific information you can find on them. So, and then connect that with the phone number. So when they call that phone number, it says, hey, this is blah, blah, blah with this company. If the business owner is the one that calls that number and it's an agent on the other end talking about their company and they ask it questions, they're going to be closed right there. They're going to be sold. How do I know? I've done this before and I've had people do it to me before. You can set all this up for free. And if somebody already, knows you, likes you, trusts you because you gave them a free website before or did social media posting for them before, and now you're talking about AI agents, you can set this up for $500. You can charge a monthly fee to manage it. Once you get somebody in the door, now you have trust. Now you have a relationship. I use HighLevel to keep selling them multiple things over and over. And that's the way that I get to, $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month. I only have 50 clients, but I'm making multi seven figures. I'm making over $2 million in revenue in this business from only 50 clients paying us on monthly subscription. So each month I'm getting 5,000. I don't have to go get a new client every month. They're paying us 5,000 each month. So that business model to me, selling subscriptions, it was life-changing when I first started doing it, but to me it is like the most strategic thing you could do in your life. Somebody's asking for, okay, so you want the link to, so if you're watching, comment below. I'll send you watching the replay. Comment below. I will send you the 4-part fast track training. And you'll have a link to this. This is a 30-day trial to HighLevel. You get 30 days free. I don't know why you would not just sign up for the fast track training because I give it to you there. But I give you this link there. 30 days to HighLevel and Bootcamp. If you use this link that I put in the chat or the one that you're getting in the comments below, you can join for 30 days. Plus, they're going to give you a live bootcamp with a HighLevel coach, and you can get your business set up and started there. Somebody says, give ideas for car dealerships. Car dealerships are all about nurturing. So when you're nurturing for a car dealership, if you're using HighLevel, you need to have a CRM, a customer relationship management system. And so what I do is, again, I have to blur out all this sensitive information because this is a live business. One day I'll figure out how to just like blur my screen when it's live. But I mean, I think you guys appreciate, tell me if you do. I think you guys appreciate that I'm giving you information out of something that's like actually working right now, rather than something that I saw somebody else do or something that I saw on Twitter that sounded good to make money with. So you can see this is Go HighLevel, right? My company logo is at the top because you can add your logo. But if you don't have a company logo, you don't need to add it. This contact section is where I store all my contacts. I have 11,500 contacts in Mina Marketing. These are all businesses or people that I could be selling stuff to. So if you have a car dealership or you want to work with a car dealership, you install a sub account for them and you give them this suite of tools. And you have a contact database for them. And you can use Manus AI to download a list of people that are in a certain income bracket that fit the certain targeting and demographics that would maybe be likely to buy this type of car. And you can import it to this, and you can send them a voice drop or an email or a text message, and you can let them know that you have this type of vehicle available. Or you could create a 30-day automation and drop everybody in that list. So for over 30 days, they get the same, some sort of campaign about your new inventory. Or you just build your database of people that actually walk in your door. The other thing that you can do for a car company is head over to their reputation section in the left, and you can do this for any company, but you can do a database reactivation campaign where you download their company list, import it, and send out a review request to everybody in their database so you can just build up their Google reviews. You can get, I mean, depending on how big their list is, we charge people $100 to get it set up, and then, a couple times a month we'll send out a blast and they get hundreds of reviews. Somebody says this 30-day free trial is for any plan or one specific plan. So my link, you guys, for HighLevel is I actually have a special link for 30 days free to pretty much any plan that they have. This Bootcamp one, I'm not sure if you get to decide, but if you want the higher tiers, just let me know and I will send you the higher tier 30-day trial. I guess you're here now. I could probably put that in the chat for you. Somebody says you stand out because you have zero bullshit. Thank you. Look, I appreciate you saying that. It means the world to me because that is like essentially my brand, just being like straight up, telling you what I'm doing. Let's see. If you go highlevel.com/Nick Ponte. This could work. I'm going to do a last round of questions for you guys while we're here. So put them in the chat. There's my direct link to HighLevel if you want it. 30-day trial. I think you can pick any tier. You're also getting my Profit Center snapshot when you sign up, which includes all this stuff. And you get that with any, whether you signed up for the Bootcamp or just directly here. Somebody says 4-part training. What about answering the phone for a car dealership if he doesn't have a secretary? Oh, yes, 1,000% inbound agent. So you set up an AI agent. Like I said, you buy a phone number for $1 and then you create a voice AI. You just hit create agent and then you create a custom agent and then you create a knowledge base over here. In that knowledge base, you will just give it all the specific information like what are the most frequently asked questions that people have when they call the company. You will have it crawl their website like this just by putting in the URL. You will give it an FAQ. And so whenever somebody calls that number, that voice agent has exact information to all that specific data. Somebody says, I'd like to have the higher tier. Okay, I feel you guys. Somebody says, I recommend you to everybody in my company to follow because you're amazing. I want to use your information to help advance my company, but also potentially grow a separate company similar to yours. Thank you. Yeah. Join my community. It's free. And if you ever need anything, let me know. Here is a link to upgrade to the unlimited. So if you already have HighLevel and you want to upgrade through me and get the 30-day trial, that's an unlimited. Somebody says, I was just about to ask that, Nick, do you think like me? That's why I've whittled down all the other channels to you and about 2 others. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you. Somebody says, what do you think about dealerships being a good prospect for phone answering? Oh, yes, I think dealerships are also a great prospect for phone answering because they do a lot of phone calls. Yes, they get a lot of inbound phone calls. Like when I bought my car, I call them. A lot of car dealerships know this too, and they already have. I think your key for that one would be if you can find a business that's in a car dealership space that doesn't have an inbound receptionist, that's an opportunity for you because most people need it or they use it. Somebody says, my company is an event management company. We do DJ, photography, coordination, videography, and photo booth services under one umbrella. Do you think that Go HighLevel is something that we absolutely need? I don't think you absolutely need it, but it will help you to grow your business. And here's how. If you have a event management company, do you currently build a list of leads, people that might be interested in buying your services? Maybe not today, maybe not right now, but at some point. And so the reason I ask that, because they always say, maybe you guys have heard this before, the money is in the list. What do they mean by that? If you have an email list or an SMS list, those are both assets that you can use to continue to speak to your customers over and over and over again. And let's say you come up with a new idea for a new type of event or a new venue, or you want to sell something on a special. You can send an email to that list and keep letting people know about that. You're not reliant on Facebook or YouTube or an ad campaign or, posting on social media. If you have people that have interacted with you before, even if it's just a past customer list, and you're sending regular updates about your company to them, and then there's like some new Mother's Day special that you have, boom, you can put that offer in front of them. That is going to allow you to actually have a business and keep cultivating new business to your company because you have that asset. So HighLevel will allow you to build that asset. You have the contact CRM database. You can send email messages directly through it right here in the email section to all those people all at once. You can send SMSs to the conversations tab. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. Somebody said, I just had ChatGPT agent go into my HighLevel account and make a website. It's pretty sick. Would you suggest starting with solar companies? Use them in your examples. I build a lead list for the trades, roofing, electrical. I like home service businesses because roofing contractors, solar companies, plumbers, electricians, they're pretty straight up people usually, kind of like no bullshit, like me. And, they have usually, since they charge good prices, they make a decent amount of money. They're willing to make their lead generation process easier. What I mean by that is they're willing to pay somebody else to bring them leads. And so they have money. They're easy to work with. They're usually interested in investing in marketing, and they usually don't want to do it themselves. So I think they're good. That makes, checks all the boxes for me. That makes a good candidate. And I have plenty of solar, electricians, HVAC, all those types of companies. Somebody says, what type of service can you sell to local businesses using ClawdBot? Well, a lot of what I'm talking about, ClawdBot is essentially an AI agent. So, you could install ClawdBot on, even those home service people, right? Do they like managing their email, their calendar, booking their itineraries of their flights? Most people don't want to do that. But your average roofer is never going to figure out how to install ClawdBot and set it up. You could be the person that connects them with ClawdBot. And it's the same with all this stuff, right? You could be the person that connects them with HighLevel. You could be the person that connects them with Manus. You could be the person that connects them with Gemini. This is the space that we live in right now. This is the whole opportunity. Is almost every business out there right now, the owners know that AI is a thing. They have what I'm calling AI guilt. They know it exists. They know it could probably help them make more money, save more time, automate more of their business. But the vast majority of them have no idea where to start actually using tools like ClawdBot, right? They don't. They don't. I can guarantee you right now, the amount of HVAC companies, the owners are like, they're not looking into their shit. And so the fact that they know this stuff is out there, and they, in the back of their mind, are like, man, I got to figure this AI thing out. Like, I hear about it everywhere, on the radio, on podcasts, on YouTube, on the news. AI is taking over the world. Everybody knows that. But most people have no idea where to start. And so you and I get to come in and be like, hey, I noticed you're not even using an AI agent yet. That's what I do. I help businesses just like you start to embrace the AI innovation age. And I'd love to sit down with you and talk to you about how I can help you save time and make more money. Boom. You can charge for consultations. You can give them away for free. You can charge for setups. You can charge monthly. These are all things that you can do. Will I be able to sell high-level services to a dealership starting off at $100? I mean, that's pretty cheap if you ask me. I would think so. So, $100. I don't know. I think you can do more than that. What are you going to sell? What are you going to sell out of HighLevel? Somebody says, where do you find clients? In my area, around the places where I live. I do a lot of things. One of the things that I do is I build a list of leads. I put them into HighLevel in my contacts database. I can't show you that again, but what I can show you is this opportunities section, which is another piece of HighLevel that is amazing. So when I first signed up for HighLevel, I canceled probably like 15 different tools that I was paying for individually. One of them was Pipedrive, which is this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pipedrive. So this allows me to organize how I contact all my leads. Great for a car dealership, by the way. This column is lead in. This column is first contact by sales rep. So you can see I have 1,400 opportunity. You guys squint. You're gonna have to squint. Wait, there you go. In this column, I've got 1,400 businesses, new leads. So this is an imported list, and you can't see it because I blurred it all out, but this is a contact card. Oops, contact card. I know you saw that. Contact card. It has all the information about that business, their phone number, their email, their name, all that stuff. I can just press this little blue button right here and I can call that business. If they don't pick up, I just move this card to the no contact made section. If they actually pick up, then I move them here. But what that allows me to do is that at any given point, I'm actually not doing this, by the way. I used to do this myself, but now I have people on my team doing this. I have somebody that just calls and emails everybody that gets imported to this section. And when they make contact, they move them here. When they don't make contact, they move them here. And there's more columns over here. But anybody can jump in at any point and see like, okay, all these people have gotten one phone call. They've made contact. They know who we are. Why haven't they bought yet? And maybe we've pitched them something and you can see a dollar amount here. So there's $25,000 in this column right here with these 22 opportunities. It's, so I say all this to say, I have somebody on my team, I have multiple people on my team, but I have a salesperson on my team, I have an appointment setter on my team, making at least 50 outbound phone calls per day. We send emails regularly, but here's your numbers. 50 phone calls per day will give you 2 schedules, 1 to 2 schedules per day. That will give you 8 to 10 appointments per week, and you should close 1 or 2 deals. Can you make 50 calls per day? Can somebody on your team make 50 calls per day? You could probably close a couple deals if you did. Somebody says, what is your AI stack besides HighLevel? So I use a lot of different things. It just depends on what I'm trying to do. Like, for example, if I, like my example of the AI avatar videos.
In front of you. And the crazy part is most people will watch this description, interface mock-ups that look like real websites. It happened. Google just bought a design AI.
So to make something like this, I use Perplexity for research because I want to make sure I'm creating something that's really high value, really good information. It's the resource. The resources are cited and backed. So once I find a topic that is trending and I research it through Perplexity, I will take Claude to help me write a script because it's really good at writing. I will use, so like ChatGPT is kind of my daily driver for like strategy stuff. Manus AI is like my main go-to AI agent that I have take action on lots of stuff, but ClawdBot is pretty new, so I'm playing with that too now. I like to use Gemini for anything Google related. So it just depends. They all have different use cases. Somebody says, is ClawdBot capable of telling me if I received a good trade on a Roblox, for example? Yeah, it is. I mean, that's like basic data mining and data scraping. Somebody says, I love your content. I'm interested in your 4-part fast track training. If you're watching the replay, comment below and I'll send you the fast track training. But you guys that are here in the chat with me, I'll just put a link here for you right now. Appreciate you all being here with me, by the way. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm regularly going live and spending more time on these Q&A sections of my lives to get closer with you guys. Somebody says, start with a commitment within the first 10 days of starting the HighLevel trial and close. Yes. Just stay consistent. Consistency is the key to success. I mean, like anything else, right? You have to be consistent. Like, it's almost the end of January. A lot of New Year's resolutions went out there at the beginning of the year. How consistent have they been? A lot of people try to do too many things at once. They want to get shredded. They want to lose weight while stopping drinking, while stopping smoking, while not eating Zins. It's so hard to do all those things all at once. You have to give yourself realistic goals. Don't say you're going to call 100 people if you're not even calling one. Grow in increments. Start out by calling one person. Start out by sending one email, one DM. Then the next goal can be 5, then 10, then 15. Don't make it too difficult for yourself. Don't make it so unrealistic that you don't even start. Somebody says, what platform do you use to create websites? I already shared that. I mean, custom websites I create on WordPress, but if I want to do like prospecting to get people to pay me right away for a website, I'll use Go HighLevel, which I give you 30 days free to. How would you compare Manus, Comet, Agentic Agent, and Claude now? It's tough to say. It's not really apples to apples. ClawdBot now, like that's something that you install on your computer for the most parts. Manus AI is cloud-based, so they don't have access to everything unless you log them in through like a window. So think about that. If ClawdBot is actually installed on your computer and they have access to all the shit that's on your computer, it makes them a little more capable. They have access to a little more things. But that's why I started out this video. I don't know if I want a tool having that kind of access. And I know people are like, okay, well, go buy a Mac Mini and just put it on there. But that defeats the whole purpose. Like, you want it to have the access to really have it be that powerful. So you have to give it some access, right? Are you going to give it your whole email? You're going to give it all your social media accounts? And if you're not, then what good is it? Somebody says you made a video on the capability of HighLevel to make an AI audit for prospecting, right? Yes. And I've been playing with this tool more and more, you guys. In HighLevel, you have this. Where are we at? Where is it at? Where's my prospecting section? So you can run what I'm calling AI trust audits. So I'll just go back to this little section here, and then I can go to the prospecting section. And so if you want to create a piece of marketing collateral, what you can do is you can just go to this prospecting section and you can create these little audits, and you can give it specific businesses, or you can do a search. Like for those of you that are saying a car dealer, right? Car dealer is the industry I want to go after. So I'll put car dealer, used car dealer, and smart car dealer. So it gives you the chance to put in 3, right? Smart car dealer, race car, car manufacturer. I don't know. I'm going to do this quick for you guys. City, location. So let's see. What city? We're going to go, let's see. Honolulu, Hawaii. And then you put the zip code in, 967. 96817. So you just put this prospect AI. It works. This is an AI agent that works behind the scenes finding high quality prospects for you. Wait, that's not even the one I wanted to show you. That's an automatic feature that I have going, searching for businesses. This is a report that the thing will create for you, which looks great. Sorry, my ring is going off. Let me turn this off. So this is a report that you send to people. You can run a scan on them. And I call this my AI trust scan. And it gives you their overall business health score. So if you send this to handy pool cleaners and they see they have a 38%, chances are they're gonna be like, what the hell is this? My score, like my online reputation's at a 50%. Oh, they don't even have a website. That's right, I forgot. They don't have a chat widget. They don't have, they're not responding to the reviews. So this thing is designed to point out all the problems that they have online, why they're not showing up in Google search, why they're not showing up in ChatGPT search, and all these things can be solved by selling them one of the features in HighLevel. Pretty sick. I'm actually thinking about doing a video on this tomorrow, maybe sometime later this week. Let me know if you guys want to do it. But you can get access to this with your 30-day trial to HighLevel at any point. Somebody says, is it at the level where you can just let it run on your PC, having access to all your remote work related apps and tools, and it'll just do the job? Yes, that's pretty much that is what they're saying. I haven't like let it rip and get that crazy, but that's what they're saying. Yeah. Somebody says, do we get all of your Go HighLevel? Yes, you get my snapshot actually with HighLevel. You can see on this page, you get this entire snapshot of all this stuff, all these little assets that I use in my company. You get those. In addition to the fast track training, the prompts from this video. Somebody's at Jenny, just scroll up for the training link. Somebody says ClawdBot is very dangerous for somebody who's not tech savvy. I totally agree. Just installing it alone, like I was like, holy shit, I don't know if people should be doing this, and it's going viral as hell right now. Let's see. Unreal, you got to go. Done too much today. You need to get some rest. I know, I'm right there with you guys. You guys, if you haven't already, join the 4-part fast track training. Again, I'm giving you this document with all the resources from this video, all the prompts from this video, all these bonuses, 30-day to HighLevel, 4-part fast track training where I show you how to use HighLevel to get more clients. I'm giving you a link to the control room bonus, or not control room community. This is like-minded AI operators looking to either grow their business, make more money, or save more time using AI. And yeah, this is like my goal this year. I just want to interact and create people, help them to create like really successful businesses. So I'm super stoked that you're all here. Again, I'm going to put my fast track training in the chat for you right now for the people that are live. I know we got a couple hundred people here. Also this year, one thing that I'm focused on doing is connecting with people directly. So find me on Instagram at Nick Ponte, shoot me a message. I've been going to my request tab and I have been responding to people regularly every single day. So if you have something personal that you want to DM to me, go there. I see a few people are there right now, so I'm going to go have a look at that. But if you haven't already, you guys, and you got some value out of this video, please like and subscribe.